All right, hello everybody. We are back. The Barnburner Podcast is back with episode. I think this is episode 12. I'm pretty sure. We've taken like 2 or 3 weeks away, an unplanned hiatus. We didn't really intend on waiting this long, but we are finally back and just in time for the trade deadline, which has been absolutely. It hasn't been crazy. But it's been a lot of trades. Like there's a lot of small
There's been a
trades.
lot of, yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of like minor deals. Like DeBrusque hasn't gotten traded. Like I don't know what the hell's going on because like he was one of the main guys that was gonna get moved. He didn't.
That was weird
I
because
mean,
this morning it said they were gonna honor his wish to be traded, and then he signs a contract like an hour later, and I was like, okay, well that's kind of weird, but who knows?
yeah, and then also like Raquel was a main guy and Domi. Like they all got traded towards the end of the
Right at the
deadline
last
or
second.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Andrew Kopp too. He got traded. Like man, there's just so many teams now that
Well, it's like
were already
Nasty,
good and they
just
made
got
and
better.
they got better.
Yeah, like Biz Nasty was saying that every team in the East is a cup contender except for Washington.
Yeah.
I don't know if I consider Boston and Pittsburgh cup contenders.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I feel like they're like playoff contenders. I feel like
I
it's
can't
gonna be
like
hard.
Pittsburgh is good, but I cannot see Pittsburgh winning the Stanley Cup with this team.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like they can't. I don't think
The
they can
le-
beat
like
Florida or Tampa or even Toronto or the Rangers or Carolina. Like I don't know, man. But you never know. That's the best thing about hockey. It's so unpredictable. So
I don't think Boston's. I don't know. Like they always like because they have experience. Like they're
I mean, Hampus Lindholm's a big pickup for Boston because
yeah.
their blue line's always been their weakest point. But we're saving the trades for later. We wanted to do
we'll talk about
our
it later.
award predictions for like the 3/4 mark because we haven't done those, and we also want to talk about our predictions for like the seeding. So what we think the first round of the playoffs will kind of look like. We're not doing a bracket; it's just the first round. So you can get us started off if you want to with the awards. Just rifle through.
Awards, all right. So what's the order? Hart, Calder, Norris, Vezina, Selke.
And then Selke. Yeah, sure. And then we'll just talk about the Rocket too, but I think we all know who's going to win that one.
Yeah. So for the Hart, I wrote. It's kind of hard to decide, but I picked Matthews, and then I said Huberdeau second.
Interesting.
I know Shesterkin. He's also in the conversation. Like he's been unreal, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of. When was the last time a goalie won the Hart?
Carey Price in 2014-15.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And he had worse
that makes
stats than
sense,
Shesterkin does this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Shesterkin. Yeah,
Shesterkin has to finish.
Like,
He has to finish the year out strong to win.
Yeah. I mean, with the additions that they just got, they'll probably do
Yeah, that
better.
it might make his life a little bit easier.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe instead of Huberdeau, I'll put Shesterkin. But I think Matthews will win it just because I'm a Leaf fan and he's at, what is he, 46 goals?
Yeah, I think so. As of the game against Nashville, I think.
Yeah. So I think Matthews.
Okay.
Then do you wanna just alternate Hart?
Yeah, sure, we can. So I made the video on TikTok talking about this. I do think Matthews and Shesterkin are like legitimately tied. Like honestly, I do. I will not, because the guy asked on the comment section. He asked if we thought Shesterkin was going to win the Hart, and I guess I didn't even answer the question the way he had asked it, because I didn't say I thought Shesterkin was going to win. I said I thought he deserved to, but I actually do think Matthews is going to win. I just think that the Leafs would still make the playoffs without Matthews, and the Rangers would not make the playoffs without Shesterkin, which is why I think because like you look at the games they have with, and by the way, I asked in the comments, I said, or in the video, I said, can someone please tell me how many games Georgiev has played that the Rangers haven't won? And the guy, the Rangers fan, he gave me the record of both goalies. Their save I was like, dude, I was joking. I was using it as a way to say like Georgiev loses every fucking game he plays with the Rangers, but then he goes and gets a 44 save shutout yesterday against Carolina.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
but
Like,
yeah,
I think Gorgiev's like 9-9, so like he's not that
yeah,
good.
I thought he was worse, to be honest with you. I thought he had a negative
Yeah.
record, and Shesterkin would just.
He did 8-9.
True.
And
Yeah,
then
he
won.
did before yesterday. Yeah, but yeah, so I think it's like a tie. But if you held a gun to my head and made me pick, I'd probably pick Shesterkin. I think Huberdeau's fourth. I think Huberdeau's behind McDavid too, because the Panthers are a fucking powerhouse. Like they do not need Jonathan Huberdeau to be good. He just has 70 something. He has 8,000 assists this year, so that's why he's up for it, because the guy just passes every time he gets the chance.
Yeah, like I was watching. This is a while ago. Buffalo played against them, and he had a wide open net, and he just slid it across. Yeah, and then Craig Anderson like looked at him like, bro, just shoot it. but
yeah, I don't
like
know.
Voracek's the same way. Like he just passes. He has like 3 goals and like 50 assists.
Yeah, I know.
Like Jesus Christ.
Like these guys hate to shoot, man. And then there's McDavid, who I get pissed off that he doesn't shoot enough, and then you look at his stats, he's got 35 goals this year. Or like 34 or something like that. Like imagine if that guy shot the puck every chance he had, he'd score 50 goals every single season. But he just loves to pass to fucking Kyler Yamamoto for some reason. Just a dead play. Okay, yeah. So
Anyways.
I mean, I'd say we're pretty even so far. Nothing too crazy. No hot takes.
Calder, I'm gonna say Cider. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. I mean, I don't. Raymond and Zegras have both been pretty cold recently.
Like Bunting, I think it goes Bunting, Raymond's and Zegras, then Cider in like points. And like Bunting had 48, I think Raymond's 47, like Zegras is like 45 or something. And Cider's a defenseman with 42, so
Yeah,
like, he's like right there.
Yeah, exactly. And like Raymond and Zegras I don't really like know about Bunting all that much, but Raymond and Zegras aren't like great in their own zone. Like they're really just, I mean, they're young still, but like they're really just offensive minded players. So
I mean, Bunting plays with Matthews and Marner. So.
True, it probably helps them out a little bit on the stats, on the the plus minus board and the charts and stuff. But like, yeah, I don't know. Cider is the clear winner. If Cider doesn't win, because I think Zegras is probably second just because of who he is. And like if he wins the Calder, it is obviously because the NHL is trying to market him more. Like Cider is the clear cut winner, I think. Like it's not even close. This is probably the most far apart gap in between like first and second for one of these awards. Or no, sorry, the Vezina's pretty far apart too. But anyways, next up is the Norris. So who do you have?
Norris. I have Kel McCarr, but I also wrote Roman Josi down.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yosi's on pace to get 100 points this year.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane.
I think I had, like, honestly, I think Yoshi's gonna win.
That'd be so. I would love it, dude.
No, sorry, no. I think no. I think Makar's gonna win, but I think Yoshi should. It's kind of like Shesterkin and Matthews.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's fair.
Like, I think
Yoshi.
I think Yoshi should win. Cause,
yeah,
like,
I actually
bro,
don't disagree.
Jesus
and
Christ.
Nashville's not
He's
nearly as
unreal.
good as Colorado.
And I think I said I had Yossi winning. I think I had him third in my like first ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I had Makar, Hedman, Yossi.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah,
but,
Yossi's
I think
Yossi,
Yossi's unreal. Yeah. What do you think?
I agree.
Makar?
I agree. I'm the same way. I have Makar first, but like that could easily change. And even last year too, I remember defending Fox to win the Norris so much, and I was actually so surprised when he won. Like I really just thought Makar was the clear winner last year, but I was so hyped when Fox won last year. It'd be great if Makar goes another year without one. Oh man. All right, next up.
You were just saying how he was the second best player in the world. Do you think he still is?
I know. No, Matthews is, man.
Yeah.
And then
No
it's
way.
Makar still. I still say it's Makar next still.
You don't say like Draisaitl or McKinnon?
No. Not McKinnon I think Draisaitl's better than McKinnon. McKinnon is having a very off. I was expecting McKinnon to be like up there with like McDavid in points, but he's really not.
But Huberto's there.
True. I think
And
Huberto
Goudreau, Jesus.
He's not better than McKinnon.
No,
God.
but he's like
That
this
guy's
year,
a power
like he's
play leech. Johnny
yeah.
Gaudreau, holy cow! That guy drools every time Calgary gets a penalty, or sorry, a
And your
power
dad
play.
has all Calgary on
I
his
know.
team.
I know.
Jesus. Anyways,
Um,
so for Vezina, it's pretty easy, I
yeah,
think.
it's obviously Shesterkin.
But I wrote down Markstrom not as first, but I wrote him as like second because like this guy has 9 shutouts. Like
yeah, I can't stand it, bro.
I know
Wheeler should
he's
have
like
Markstrom.
he's actually good. Like
Yeah, he's crazy.
he's so good, Markstrom.
Yeah, he's if Calgary actually wins a playoff series this year, it'll be because of him.
Like he's actually insane, Markstrom. I don't know how I have Shesterkin and Markstrom on my fantasy team.
Yeah, that's insane.
So like I've just been paying attention. Like I just picked Shesterkin randomly because like I heard that he was gonna be good. Like I didn't know he was gonna be good already. Like this like so fast.
Yeah.
And like Markstrom wasn't even drafted in our league, so I just saw him getting like shutouts, like a lot of shutouts. I was like, okay, I'll just pick him up. And like bro, like they're like the 2 best goalies in the league right now. I mean, I know Vasilevsky's there too, and like Freddie Anderson.
Yeah, like to me, the way that like when someone says they're the best goalies, like our buddy Charlie saying Vasilevsky's still the best goalie in the league the other day when we were talking about it. I agree. Vasilevsky's still the best goalie in the world because Shesterkin's been better than Vasilevsky for just over 50 games. But Vasilevsky's been better than Shesterkin for the last 5 years. It's the same with McDavid and Matthews. Like Matthews has definitely been the better player this year, but obviously McDavid is still the better player, like because he's been better for 6 years or 7 years or however long it's been. But like, that's actually insane, bro. It has been 7 and 6 years.
It's all that's crazy. I don't even,
and
they still haven't fucking done anything.
It's even worse for Matthews because he was supposed to be in, like, if he was born a day earlier, he would have been in the same draft as McDavid. So he's
Thank God he
aging the
didn't.
same way as McDavid. But, like, he's been in the league one less year. So I don't know, it kind of steals a year from him almost. Because it's like so shitty that he was born a day out. Yeah, he would be a Buffalo Sabre if he was born a day earlier. That's crazy.
Do you think Eichel would have picked before him?
I don't know.
I think he would. I think he would have. I think Eichel would have.
Like
Matthews would have gone to Arizona.
Advertised.
Then I think. Hold on. What was it? McDavid, Eichel, Strome, Marner. I think the Leafs would have got Marner anyways.
Yeah, probably.
If Matthews, but I'd rather have Matthews than Marner. Jesus, Murphy. But we got both, which is fucking unreal.
Crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
But I mean, you guys have Draisaitl and McDavid, so.
Yeah, that's the same thing too. It's literally the exact same thing because Draisaitl went third, not fourth, but it's almost the exact same.
Yeah.
And then for the
imagine Arizona, they picked Dylan Strome over Marner.
Like that's terrible,
That is horrible.
man. Like he's one of the few guys in that first round that's not a superstar. Like obviously the 3 guys Boston picked all aren't very good.
Yeah,
and
Jesus.
Then there's
they could have had Barzal and like Connor.
Yeah, like holy
fucking someone else. They could have had someone else.
The scouts definitely.
I think they picked DeBrusk.
Shabbat. It was Shabbat.
Shabbat.
It was the other guy. God.
Jesus Murphy. And who else did they pick that draft?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I literally only know the first. Like when I.
That might have been just those 3, and then, holy shit.
Like
they
how you have 3 picks in a row and you pick
Senshin and like Zaboral. Like what is that?
Was it not DeBrusk, Senshin, and Zaboral?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who did I say?
Bjork? I know you said Bjork. Yeah, Anders Bjork.
Maybe that was previous like years.
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares? Either way.
It might have been DeBrusk. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus, that's horrible. Anyway,
yeah,
I'm happy that's not the case, but they still beat the Leafs, so it doesn't matter.
And those guys never played a fucking game except DeBrusk. Zenshin got traded today.
To Ottawa. And there's a weird condition that Josh Brown I think went to Boston.
Yeah.
Another D for Boston, but I think the condition was like Senshin has to play 5 games, and then like the 6th pick becomes a 5th or something.
It's so stupid.
Like what the hell is that?
Anyways. There's Selke. I think we probably have the same guy.
Probably Matthew. Everyone is ripping like all of like not all my friends, but you know that Habs fan Justin.
Yeah.
He said Wright's better than Bedard.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like he was like Matthews' defense.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Bedard
he
has
said
79
Matthews.
fucking points. in
in
49
like 40
games.
games. Yeah.
Shane Wright's got like 60 in 40. Hello?
I mean, yeah, but Bedard's a year younger too. So yeah. Anyways, so he said that Matthews' like defensive game. When I said that he was gonna win the Selkie, he's like, no, Matthews' defensive game sucks. I'm
Okay,
like,
that's
man,
wrong.
have you been watching?
I thought you were gonna say. I thought he was gonna say that Bergeron was better, and I actually wouldn't have disagreed. Like Bergeron has better defensive numbers.
He said, yeah, that Bergeron is gonna win.
But here's the difference, though. Bergeron, like I don't really know what the exact terms of the Selkie are, like, but I think because Matthews has been able to be so good defensively, while
And
also having
offensively.
46 goals. Makes
I think
it
yeah,
more
like Bergeron
impressive
was
than
going
Bergeron.
off. Yeah, yeah. Like
But
Bergeron,
but
I think
if we're
when he
talking
was winning,
strictly
he was.
defense, yeah, he was going crazy too. Yeah, like he was getting all kinds of points when he was winning the Selkies, like consistently.
Didn't Barkov win one?
He must.
Oh no, that's the late. I think that's a Lady Bing
Yeah, he definitely
or
won the Lady
Kopitar.
Bing.
Kopitar maybe. I'm
Yeah, it could
thinking
be
of
Kopitar. Who knows?
I don't
But
know.
yeah, I think we both. Matthews seems fine to me, and then I think he'll win the
I think
Rocket too.
yeah, I think Matthews won the Lady Bing 1 year too, and
he
he cross
did.
checks Darlene in the face. He's not winning the Lady Bing this year.
Yeah, no way.
Jesus, I'm so excited of like for the Leafs and Jets March 31st. Like the last time they
it's gonna
played,
be
like
sick,
Spezza
Yeah.
need him in the face.
Wait,
I
what
think it's
day
in
is it?
Toronto, so the 31st
Of March.
of March. Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be a good.
So
game.
like the last time like Spezza like need Pionk in the chest, Simmons and like Logan Stanley are going at like it was just like, and Dubois and
Sandin got
Matthews like that's
knee
that's
on
gonna be
knee.
Sandin's
Yeah, it's
out.
gonna-
He's on IR, so he won't
Yeah,
fucking get
that'll be a
injured.
good game.
But that's gonna be, and it's gonna be in Toronto. It's gonna be like there's fans. Like it's gonna be so sick. And playoffs are like a month away. The Jets won't
Yes,
make
sir.
it, but
Hopefully not. They're still kind of
All
close.
right.
They're not like out of the wall. They're not.
yeah, they're like 3 points out. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, now we're moving on to like the seeding predictions. So I gotta pull up the standings because I don't know off the top of my head what the standings are. So
It's the same in fucking the East.
okay, so if we're looking at wild card, so we'll start with the Atlantic. I think Florida will probably maintain the first place spot there. I don't know. Like they've got a 6-point lead on Tampa. I really don't think Tampa's gonna make up that distance. So I think Florida will win. Are they ahead of Carolina right now?
Yeah.
I think Florida will end up winning the East at the end of it. So they'll play this. They would play the second wildcard team, which I think will remain Washington. So I'm gonna say Florida versus Washington is one matchup,
I have that too.
and then
Wild card. They're the second wild card. Yeah.
yeah, and then obviously that would
Second
mean
and,
Carolina would play the first wildcard team. However, this is where things get interesting because Boston has been very creepily catching up to Toronto. And as a Leafs fan, I feel like Leafs fans would probably want to drop. I think Carolina is the best bet of between Tampa and Florida.
Which is scary. Yeah.
Yeah, which is obviously that doesn't necessarily
Or even
mean
the
odds are great.
Rangers. Well, you think
Yeah,
Carolina's gonna be the first? in the
Yeah, I
Metro?
think Carolina will still finish. Fuck, that's hard though. After all the shit that
Now the
got today.
Rangers, like I had Carolina first, but that was before the Rangers got.
Yeah,
caught
yeah,
in,
because that was earlier today.
everyone.
Man, this is actually hard. Well,
Hold on, let me check. How many points behind?
they're only like
5.
3 points.
They're 3.
3 points behind the Hurricanes. That's tough, bro.
But Carolina has 1 game in hand. I don't know.
I'm gonna stick with Carolina. I'm sticking with
And
Carolina.
there's still 20 games left.
I'm sticking with Carolina though. I think they're gonna end up finishing first in the Metro.
I'm gonna stick with Carolina also.
Yeah. So now what we have to figure out is so that means the Rangers and the Pens are playing for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's I don't think Washington's going to make up that 5-point deficit between them and Pittsburgh. So I think that'll stay the same. So I'm
Wait,
gonna
so we have Washington and
so we
Florida,
have Florida,
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh, and
Rangers.
New York, and then now the tough thing
All
for me
right,
is whether
you
or
go
not I
first.
think
You say
Boston.
yours.
I don't know if Boston can catch Toronto. Like I'm
I
worried.
think they
I'm worried
could.
that I definitely think they could. I'm just it will. Do I actually think they're going to? Because like that makes or breaks it. Because then you either see Carolina versus Boston, which I think Carolina has that one in the bag. Not I won't say easily, but I still think they'll win. And then it's Toronto and Tampa, which is tough. Which is very tough for the Leafs.
I have Boston at the 3rd seed in Toronto wildcard just because that's what I want.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. But then
Like,
you
I
gotta
don't
look
wanna
at it this way
play-
too, though. Toronto is
But
only
then
1 point behind Tampa.
Yeah. Facts, yeah, true.
So
So like
man,
I'm honestly okay with getting home ice advantage against like Tampa,
yeah,
or
it makes your life
or
it makes it better.
or imagine like Boston like catches up and like it's Boston.
Well,
Toronto.
either way, if you guys play Florida or Tampa, it's probably home ice advantage anyways because there's a lot of Leafs fans in Florida and like I don't know. I feel like they'll
Yeah.
buy
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe not
I
Tampa
feel
as
like-
much as Florida. Tampa tends to fill out arenas in the playoffs, but Florida does too. But I don't know. I feel like
Florida
Leafs
did too.
fans-
Like last year was actually like hyped,
yeah, I don't know.
but it's not.
Bro,
They
that's
weren't. They
actually
weren't
so-
playing Toronto. They were playing Tampa, so maybe it
You
was
know
all
what?
Tampa fans. Who knows?
You know what? Because I wouldn't mind. You know what? This is a year that I actually wouldn't like. If the Leafs won the cup, you won't see me at the parade. But like, it'd be pretty hype if they won. I'm gonna say the
Holy
Leafs are gonna
fuck.
drop to wild card 1 as well, just
Carolina.
because Carolina is the easier matchup of the 3 potential ones. Because there's no way they play Boston.
Or I actually okay. So yeah, because if they win, if Toronto wins against Carolina, that means they play against the Rangers or Pittsburgh, which it's easier than Florida's beating Washington. I think we can all agree.
We hope, yeah. I think everybody would agree with that, but you never know.
Yeah, and then if Toronto played Tampa, they would have to play Florida in the next round. And
Yeah, either way, it's
Well-
2 tough matchups in a row.
yeah, like Jesus.
See, here's the
Murphy,
thing,
man.
though. What about if
But there's
the
still 20
Leafs-
games left.
What if the Leafs pass Tampa and Tampa just hits a big slump and Boston passes Tampa too, and Boston and,
play
the Leafs play in the
Boston.
first round
Oh,
and Tampa
God,
plays
I'm like-
Carolina?
I'm gonna lose
That'd
my
be
mind.
crazy, bro. But no, I'm sticking
Wait,
with it. I think the Leafs play Carolina, Tampa plays Boston. So then we have
I think so.
the whole East sorted out right there. So Florida,
Yeah.
Washington, we all agree the same way so far.
Yeah.
So Florida, Washington, Carolina.
But I feel like the
Toronto.
Rangers are gonna be like 2 points behind Carolina
Yeah.
for first,
Um,
and then Pittsburgh like I don't know like
Now for the western side of things, starting with the Central, obviously
This is
Colorado's
gonna be
finishing first.
crazy.
There's no debating that. So they will be playing the
Like,
second wildcard
literally
team,
no.
which is as of right now Vegas. But this is so hard, man, because like
there's
the
still so
Oilers
many
are
games,
such
like
a
20 games
shaky
left.
team. The Oilers are such a shaky team. Like I'm not confident the Oilers are going to make the playoffs yet. But I actually think the additions from today's deadline kind of help, and I'll explain why when we get to them. But Calgary's winning the division, so Colorado and Calgary are the number 1 and 2. I think St.
That's
Louis
what
and
I have.
Minnesota stay as the 2 and 3.
I say Minnesota's second and St. Louis is third.
Well,
That's what I
actually,
have.
now that I look at it, the Preds are tied with Minnesota still. With
Yeah, the Preds
76
are
points.
there. Yeah.
But I think
But I
the
think
way
they have games in
I think
hand.
Minnesota getting Fleury now helps out their goaltending issue, and
Who is
So
it? Florian Talbot now? Like that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
that is pretty good.
I mean, they're old, so I don't like.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Minnesota second too actually, and then I'm gonna come in with a hot take though and say Nashville passes St. Louis.
Really.
So Minnesota and Nashville. St. Louis is the first wild card, so they play Calgary, and then I
Who is
because
your
I want-
second
because
2-3? Who's your 2-3 in Pacific?
LA
I'll
and
tell you
Edmonton.
mine. Okay, I have Edmonton second, LA third.
That's okay.
That's what I
I don't
have.
give a shit.
Yeah. And wildcard 2, I have Dallas.
I would love if it was Dallas. I would
I would
absolutely
love. This is
if
what I
Vegas
want.
was in the
This is what I
playoffs.
want.
Yeah.
Like I do not
Yeah.
want Vegas
I
in, so
still
that's
think
why
Vegas is
I'm
going to
saying Dallas.
squeak in because Eichel's not hurt. He's still
So you're
playing.
just Colorado Vegas, like that's
Colorado just because I want
Jesus.
Vegas to get absolutely rattled by Colorado in the first round, dude. I would love to watch Vegas lose in 5 games and watch
They're
Eichel
gonna
go
beat
cry
Colorado.
as he watches.
I kind
They
of
always
want,
do,
I kind of
bro.
want, I kind of want
They
Vegas to beat
always
Colorado
do.
though.
I
I
can't
don't want
stand
Colorado
Vegas.
because like I hate Vegas too, but I don't want Colorado because like it's they're hard, like they're a hard competition.
But
So
Colorado is a choking team, man. Colorado hasn't made it past the second round in the McKinnon era, so even if they beat Vegas, I wouldn't guarantee Tampa a cup final appearance. They need if they win the second round, they're going all the way though.
who Colorado?
Colorado, they are 8,000 times better than any team they can play in the Pacific Division. It's
Yeah,
really their own division that could cause them problems. They would beat LA they would beat LA in 4. They'd beat Edmonton in 4. They'd beat Calgary in maybe 5. Vegas, if they don't play them in the first round, they'd beat them in like 6 or 5. I see. I'm giving Vegas too much credit though. Leonard's not playing very good at all this year. Stone will be back though, so that might help them a bit. Eichel's been playing pretty good despite the team not having a good record, but yeah. So I'm saying Colorado, Vegas, Minnesota, Nashville, St. Louis, Calgary, LA, Edmonton.
all right. I
Man,
have
the Oilers against the Kings is the best matchup, man, for us because that's the team we can definitely beat in a 7-game. I said this
yeah.
last year though, but fuck, I
Yeah,
actually
I
mean
have
it
Colorado,
this time.
Dallas, Minnesota, St. Louis, Calgary, Nashville, and Edmonton, LA. The teams I said first were obviously the higher seed. So Edmonton, I think, is gonna be second. I don't know, but
I
this
just
is
hope I
this
wake
is
up every morning and I pray to God that the Oilers do not play against Calgary in the first round. I do not need a loss to Calgary in the playoffs just to put the icing on the cake, man. I would lose my fucking mind if we lost to Calgary, bro. That's as bad as losing to it's not as bad as losing to Montreal
the
was because
Habs. No, it
Calgary's
is
better.
bad. It's,
Calgary's
yeah.
better than us
Montreal's
though,
worse. Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
well, I'll hear all kinds of shit from Flames fans though if we lose. Like
But at
I
least the
couldn't
Habs
take
made the
it.
finals. Like at
Yeah,
least like
true.
they beat
Calgary
Winnipeg.
probably
They
will.
beat Vegas.
Yeah, I
Like they
know.
beat
I know.
like it wasn't just the Leafs they beat. So like fuck. But
Yeah.
Calgary, like if Calgary makes it all the way, like
Then it's not
I mean you
as
can't be
bad,
mad. Yeah,
but
but like
either way.
Jesus Murphy. Like it wasn't like oh the Leafs lost to Montreal then they got like killed by Winnipeg. Like they swept Winnipeg.
Yeah, they swept them, and then they beat Vegas in 6 too.
Yeah.
They didn't even need 7. But
Like,
yeah, I mean,
and they got smoked.
pretty even choices. I think we obviously had a little bit of difference in the West, but other than that, the East was identical. So, moving on to what everybody's been waiting for, the trade deadline talk. So let's pull up this fucking chart. I don't think anything has really happened since we started doing this. Just a bunch of super small trades I'm seeing. Like, guys I've never fucking heard of are getting traded. Like, it's not anything like semi-big. Okay, let's just start this. We're almost half hour through, so if we can like
Already?
fire through these trades in like half an hour, then that'd be good. So,
I think that's a
you want
good
to start
length.
us off?
Hold on, this is glitching like crazy. Okay, hold on. All right. March 14th. We're not gonna go like we won't like fucking go in depth for.
We won't go in depth
all
for
of them.
a lot
But
of
just
the
like the
smaller
big
trades
big
we'll just
names.
mention. Yeah, but we'll go in depth for like the bigger ones.
All right, so Colorado gets Josh Manson from the Ducks for Drew Hellison in a 2023 second.
Yeah, so I mean,
Colorado's
this is
just stacking.
yeah, Avalanche just. I mean, I actually don't think Josh Manson is that good. Like I think he's. Oh, I think he'll look better in Colorado because it's not as much pressure on him as it is in Anaheim. But I mean, he's not like amazing. He's good, and he'll add physicality too, which is always good. But I really like Drew Hellison. Like that's a good pickup for Anaheim, especially because it looks like they're obviously rebuilding, like full on now, and like that. You know, that 2023 draft is supposed to be pretty deep, so you never know what you might get with that second rounder. So I don't know. I think that's a pretty fair trade. If I had to
Yeah.
like, if you asked me who the winner was, I'd say that was fair.
Drew Hellison in a second, yeah.
It all depends on if Drew Hellison pans out to be as good as like the Avs were
a
expecting him.
forward?
He's a defenseman.
He's a what?
What?
You're laggy. You're lagging out.
You just lagged out too a little bit.
He's a defenseman, you said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it says right there. Jesus.
He's I think he was a second
Was he on the World
pick.
Juniors?
He was on the Olympic team too.
Oh,
the
was he?
States.
Okay.
Yeah. He had 1 point. Let's see. Let's see if I can figure out where he was drafted. So he's already playing in the AHL with San Diego. He was drafted 47th overall, so that's the second round. So he was a pretty high draft pick. But yeah, I think it says here on his wiki page that he's already playing for San Diego, which is Anaheim's AHL team. So I'm gonna go check out. I'm gonna actually look at it while we go. We can move on to the next trade, but while we're doing that, I'm gonna.
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna say, like Anaheim. Nobody thought they were gonna be like they're not good. They were good. They were actually in a playoff spot. They were second in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Like nobody thought that was the case.
But we all knew they were gonna fall off.
Yeah, so I guess now like they're actually like rebuilding. They probably should have traded these guys earlier in the year if they were shit, but they weren't.
Yeah.
But now they're falling apart.
Just quickly, so he is listed as like playing for San Diego, but he doesn't have a game played yet, so I'm not sure if he started, but he does have 25 points in 32 games at Boston College right now as a defenseman.
So that's not bad.
That's pretty good. But anyways, moving on. The next trade also was the Avalanche. They traded Tyson Jost to the Wild for Nico Sturm. Not really a big trade. I think these guys are actually pretty similar. They're just like, third, fourth line guys. So I don't know. There's not really much to say. I'd say again, this is a pretty even trade, but I don't even know who I think is better. Like, do we think Tyson Jost is better?
At first I would think Tyson Jost is, but
yeah, but you'd have to look deeper into the stats and shit, and I don't have time for that. So we'll say it's even for now. Next is the Vetrano trade. Yeah,
that was like I didn't know. I mean, like Vetrano, another player on the stacked Panthers roster, but I guess they moved him just to make why'd they trade him? I think it was I don't know if it was cap space or if he wanted to be traded or maybe he wanted to. Maybe
I think they were trying to clear up as much space as possible for Giroux. I don't know.
Sherratt.
Yeah, but all they had to pay was all the Rangers had to give was a 4th round pick. So that's a pretty good trade for the Rangers. And Vetrano's not bad.
No,
again, especially on a team like the Rangers, he'll help out in their bottom 6 for sure. So yeah, the Rangers definitely win that trade. And then moving on, this is a big one. You can announce
Sherratt.
Yes,
Ben Sherratt to the Panthers from Montreal for Ty Smilanic, a first rounder and a 4th rounder.
And that first rounder is in the Bedard year, which is a deep, deep draft for especially the first round. So that could really help out Montreal. That's an overpay though.
I think Montreal won.
Me too. I agree.
I don't know. Is Sherratt really that good? He's good.
I don't like Sherratt. I don't like Sherratt at all. When I heard the rumor that the Oilers were looking at Sherratt, I was actually scared. And I was also hoping that he didn't go to Toronto because all the Leafs fans would have been like, "Oh my God, we got Ben Sherratt." Sure, he's physical, and that's definitely something the Leafs need. But
I feel like Sherratt's like a Giordano.
He's not as good as Giordano. I think Giordano's better than Sherratt, which is saying a lot because Giordano's way older than Sherratt. That just means that Sherratt is just way better at hockey in general. But yeah, Sherratt will fit on Florida because he doesn't have to do a lot. He just has to go out there and hit guys and be physical, play a little bit of defense.
Cross-check.
I think Montreal still wins that. Next up, we have Calle Jarnkrok going to Calgary for a 2022 second, 2023 third, and a 2024 seventh. I think the Kraken win this trade. Calle Jarnkrok is a good depth piece for Calgary, but that's a lot of picks to give up for a third liner. Essentially, Like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know if I
speaking
would
of
have
all the
given up on him.
picks, I think the Kraken have like 30 in the next
Yeah, they have a
3 years.
shitload of draft picks, man.
Like Jesus Murphy.
All right,
But,
another
like,
big
like
trade
Yarncroc,
next.
I think Yarncroc like is friends with like Lindholm.
He's cousins with Lindholm.
Cousins.
Yeah, and they grew up in the same town as Markstrom did in
Oh
Sweden.
shit.
Or wherever they're
All
from.
the
I think they're from
Swedes
Sweden.
getting together.
Yeah. Maybe he'll play with Lindholm. Maybe he'll play the
Probably
first
not.
fucking line with Lindholm, but next trade
They're
is a
cousins?
massive one. Yeah, they're cousins.
All right.
The
you
Lightning
can
get
announce this.
Brandon Hagel, a 2022 fourth, a 2024 fourth, in exchange for Boris Kachuk, Taylor Radish, a 2023 first, and a 2024 first, which went to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, so I announced this. I announced this on the on our TikTok.
Yeah.
At the Barnburner Podcast. Follow it. And like I don't think like Brandon Hagel. He's not like he hasn't really
He's pretty
established
good, man.
himself.
The guy's getting 20 goals on Chicago, man. He's good. He's one of those guys he's one of those guys like Blake Coleman who goes to Tampa Bay and just scores
And,
like big goals out of nowhere. Like obviously they paid a lot for him, and I do not think 2 first-round picks were necessary at all. I think maybe 1 first rounder and just like Radish probably was good. But
yeah.
I mean, whatever.
For
Tampa Bay's
and then
trying to
just
go for
for
another
Hagel.
cup.
Yeah, like. I mean, Tampa doesn't need those picks anyways
Yeah, they
either.
don't. They
Like
don't.
they're like who cares? Like,
Because
they're
oh
fucking
no, guys, we got rid of 2 27 or higher draft round picks because no way Tampa Bay is going out that early. That those picks aren't that high. Like sure, you know what? Maybe Chicago drafts some underrated guy that ends up becoming a superstar in like a couple in like
I mean, this
5
is Bedard.
years. But
Bedard's year.
yeah,
imagine,
there's
like,
no
Tampa
way in the
gets
9
knocked
rings of
out,
hell
like-
it's gonna be the Bedard. Yeah, imagine if Tampa Bay finishes last in the NHL next year and they get Connor Bedard with the Chicago gets Bedard with that pick. But yeah, I think the
No way.
Blackhawks probably won this trade for sure. But I do think Tampa Bay will enjoy having Hagel for like the playoffs and stuff. Okay, you want to announce this next one?
Wow, there's a huge trade right here.
Yeah, it's
huge
massive.
trade.
Just do the next like 3.
The Wild. Okay, so Wild. So I'm not gonna talk about this one because the next
Yeah,
two
no,
after
we'll
this
just-
are fucking.
Yeah, they're big trades. So
Yeah, so this one, Nick Deslauriers goes to the Wild. The Ducks get a 3rd rounder. Like Jesus.
now before we move on, I actually think this is a good trade for Minnesota because Deslauriers, he's pretty physical. Like that's just he's a good guy to have for the playoffs, just to play on your 4th line. But I'd say this is an even trade.
Yeah,
It's a 3rd round
why
pick.
not? The Ducks don't really need him.
Yeah,
And
I
Deslauriers,
think
how old is he?
I don't know. I
30?
actually don't know. Probably around
Probably
there.
30.
Yeah. Okay, next March 19th.
We
So,
have
2 days ago.
Hampus Lindholm and Cody Curran. Who the hell's that?
Guy on the RHL
Get
team.
traded to Boston for Urho Vakanainen, John Moore, a 2022 first, a 2023 second. Oh, two 2023 seconds. Damn. So,
Massive.
who do you think won this?
This is tough because Boston immediately locked up Lindholm, so he's not a rental, which is a big and Anaheim retained 50% of his salary for the rest of the year, which is whatever. But I'm gonna have to say Anaheim won this trade because sure, I don't know about Euro Vakanainen and John.
He's
fucking
good.
Moore.
He's good.
He is good. Vakanainen?
John Moore's old.
I've heard about Vakanainen before.
Vakanainen. I see him in Chell. So and he's like a young like he gets like in like the mid 80s overall. Like he's like a
Okay,
as
so
the
he's
years
not
go
bad.
on. Like he'll I think he's good. I think he'll
and
be
then
good.
and then obviously the picks are huge. Like a 2023 first rounder for the Ducks is absolutely massive.
2022.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at 2023 after the So either way, it's big, because this draft year isn't like great, but you're still gonna get something good with a first rounder. Like you'll get a guy that can play in your top 9 at least.
It'll be a late first rounder.
Yeah, it'll probably be a
Plus
later first rounder.
Anaheim's earlier
But Anaheim,
one. They'll probably
I
get
think
like
Anaheim
10th
should
pick
try
or
to
something.
drop as much as they can from now until the end of the season to try and try and get the highest draft pick they can. Like just stop winning games if you're Anaheim. But those second round
I think
picks will
Anaheim
also
will
be
get
good.
like they'll probably get like 11th, 10th.
Yeah,
pick,
somewhere
I think.
around there. Yeah, probably. And then the next
Right.
trade is even bigger than the one we just went over.
We have Claude Giroux, Connor Bunneman.
Bunneman.
I've heard of him before, but like
Bunneman? Yeah, I've
like,
heard
he
of
didn't
him
really
too.
play.
Yeah, I don't know.
German. It's probably not. It's probably like Herman Rupstov or something like that.
Yeah.
And a 2024 fifth. I did not think
They would
the
get
Flyers
this
were
much
trading
in
that
return.
much.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be Giroux,
Yeah, me too.
but
And then the Flyers
and the Flyers
received
Owen Tippett, 2024 first, and a 2023 third.
so
You gotta feel bad for Owen Tippett.
yeah, but at the
Going
same time
from
I don't feel
Florida.
bad for him because you got to remember some guys like Tippett, like he was playing in the AHL with Florida. Some guys like him,
Oh.
they don't really give a shit where they play. They just want to play. So like he's
Yeah.
gonna get, he'll always be on the roster for Philly. Like he's not a bad hockey player. He's obviously not great, but I don't know. This is a crazy trade, man. Like my dad is a Flyers fan and he loves Florida because of Barkov and Huberdeau. So he's like so fucking happy that Drew's on Florida. Like he's gonna watch every Florida game religiously now. Like he's dying for Florida to win the cup. So he hates McKinnon too. So he doesn't want Colorado to win. He's dying for Florida to win so Giroux can get the cup, which is why I want Giroux to win or like Florida to win. Like obviously I want Edmonton to win, but we all know that's not fucking happening. So like
Yeah.
that's why I want Florida to win so Giroux can get the cup. I don't really care about anybody else because they are probably gonna win other cups later on. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel like who do you think won? I feel like Florida.
I want to say Florida as well, but I feel like if
I mean,
they
they got a
don't win the
20th
cup
first.
and Giroux leaves in the offseason, then the Flyers won because of the first rounder, and like that even the other draft pick is still good. It's still
Yeah.
decent. So I don't know. We'll see. But I would definitely say Florida for now. All right. Next up, March 20th, the Panthers with another trade. They
You
got
could just
Robert
we
Hagg.
could just say
Let's
like,
go back
the
and forth.
names. Yeah.
Yeah, so the next couple trades are not too big. So the Panthers acquired Robert Hagg from the Sabres for a 6th rounder, just bolstering the blue line, especially in the absence of Ekblad for the rest of the season. Hagg's not terrible. I would say
Yeah,
I would say
I
the
mean,
Panthers
I don't think he's
definitely
gonna
won this
play.
trade.
I don't know if he'll play.
He can play over Gudis, but maybe they want Gudis because he's a goon.
I think Gudis is gonna play. I think who do they have? I guess Ekblad's injured, so maybe.
Yeah, Ekblad's out, so he might
But-
play in that spot for
But
now.
they still have Nudavara. They still have like those
True.
guys were like scratched.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we'll have
So I
to
think
see what
so. Like
happens.
yeah. I don't think Hag will play in the playoffs, but he's just a depth guy. I think.
Yeah. The Sens acquired Travis Hamonic from the Canucks for a third. A third-round pick for Travis Hamonic is a fucking robbery. Like, Travis Hamonic legitimately could be one of the worst defensemen in the NHL, like, bottom 3. Like, he's on Tyson Barrie, Duncan Keith level of garbage. Like, I don't know why the Ottawa Senators even bothered. When they called the Canucks and said, hey, can we get Travis
Give me
Hamonic?
Travis for a third.
Their GM,
We'll give you a
must have been
third.
like, yeah, go, fuck, you can give us a bag of pucks, get him off the blue line. I don't want him playing.
And then
with
they're like,
fucking
we'll give you a
whoever he's playing
third.
with.
And then the Canucks like, Jesus
Perfect.
Christ, this is
perfect. Yeah, the Canucks won
Yeah.
that trade by a landslide, bro. The Oilers could have traded Tyson Barrie today for anyone, and I would have said the
7th.
Oilers won the trade, bro. I don't give a fuck. As
A
long as
conditional
that guy's not
7th.
on our team. Like, the only thing keeping Tyson Barrie on the Oilers is because he runs our power play. But that's it. If he wasn't on the power play, he would be gone today.
Yeah.
The Kings acquire Troy Stetcher for a 7th from Detroit. Troy Stetcher is actually not a terrible defenseman, but like if the Oilers play LA, I don't think Troy Stetcher is the tipping point in that series. Like I don't think McDavid's gonna get stopped by Troy Stetcher on a 1-on-2. Like I don't know. I think McDavid, but I don't know. It's an okay trade.
I'll say these next two ones.
Yeah. Go next one.
Whoa, what the fuck was that? All right. Canucks get Travis Dermott from the Leafs for a 2022 third. Travis Dermott, he was like in the rotation for like the 6th D for the Leafs.
Yeah.
Like they rotated like Hall, Dermott, Liljegren, I think, and sometimes Sandin earlier in the year. But I think Sandin is like he's been playing like regularly.
Mm-hmm.
So like Dermott also wanted a trade. So
Yeah,
like,
and why wouldn't you? You get more playing space, and the Canucks replace Hamonic with Dermott, which is great.
yeah, yeah, and I think Vancouver's still in the running for a
Yeah,
second wild card.
they're not far out. They can definitely still make it. They just got to start actually winning.
I think they're tied with Winnipeg, to be honest.
Yeah, they
I
might
think
be.
they're
I
like
think.
they're like 3 or 4 points out.
Yeah.
But so whatever. Like Dermott, like he wasn't great, like that great for the Leafs. But they also made another trade. They got Mark Giordano and Colin Blackwell from the Kraken for 2 second rounders and a third in 2024.
Yeah, and the Leafs definitely won. I think the Leafs won both of these trades. To be honest. With
Yeah.
you. I
Like
even
Dermott,
think they
like
won
whatever,
the Dermott trade.
and then a third. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they didn't actually. I mean, like you can think of that the Canucks won because they replaced Hamonic with Dermott, but from the Leafs perspective, like, I mean, because from the Canucks traded Hamonic for a third, and they got rid of a third for Dermott.
See, I thought the Leafs were gonna get Tyler Mott for Dermott. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
when I saw that Dermott was traded to the Canucks, yeah, that would have been good. When I saw he was traded to the Canucks and like we were waiting for the return, I really did think it was gonna be Mott, but unfortunately it was just a third. But I think the Leafs did pretty good in the deadline. I think they did improve, but you know, obviously, I think that the other teams around them, like Tampa and Florida, have improved even more, and they were already better.
And even Boston.
Yeah, even Boston too, but we'll see what happens. Who knows?
But yeah, and like Blackwell, like I don't even know if he's gonna play. Like the lines that the Leafs have.
I've heard is Kasha playing or no?
Kasha's injured now, so maybe he'll play for him.
Yeah, that's what my the manager was at my work was saying that Kasha might.
But if Kasha comes back,
he probably won't play.
Yeah, because the Leafs have Bunting, Matthews, Marner. Who was it?
Tavares, Nylander.
And Kasha. No, well, actually, maybe Robertson's gonna play instead of Blackwell. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a lot. And then their third line's been good. Mikheyev, Kampf, and Engvall. Like Engvall actually hasn't been terrible.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So
right, he might play.
Who knows? We'll have to. But Giordano obviously is a big pickup.
Yeah.
He's got lead. It's funny. I was talking to my cousin right before this because I posted like the one of the Oilers trades on my story, and he said just all this just to miss the playoffs, and I said, buddy, you should be texting any Vegas fans you know because we're not missing the fucking playoffs. And then he said, what about Gio? Big pickup. I said, bro,
cool.
Giordano is good, but he is nowhere near as good as he used to be. He's not going to be able to keep up with Stamkos, Kucherov, Point, or Barkov, Huberdeau, or Svechnikov.
Giroux.
He can't keep up with these guys anymore. But he then brought up, well, he's a great leader. And I said, yeah, a great leader to the point where the fucking Calgary Flames couldn't even win a series with him on their teams. Must have been a stellar leader in the locker room. Hey, boys, we're playing the Colorado Avalanche. Fucking second wildcard seed. Let's go out there and lose in 5, boys. What a joke. Calgary Flames are a disaster. That wasn't a shot at Gio. That was a shot at the fucking Flames. Fuck the Flames. If there's any Flames fans ever listening to our podcast, I just hope you guys know I can't fucking stand you guys. You guys are shit. I'm confident they lose in the first round this year. I bet money on it, actually, that they won't win.
You bet they're going to lose to Nashville or St. Louis? Probably.
Yeah, because I hope someone runs Markstrom. Could you imagine, dude? That would be terrible, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway,
but
Giordano actually is a good leader, though. I was joking. I don't think it was ever his fault that Calgary lost.
I mean, he also won the Norris when he was like older.
He won the Norris when they won the West.
Yeah,
That's
when they lost to
Colorado in the first round. Yeah.
I mean,
Giordano is still
him.
good for a second pair because that's the other thing too. He's been playing first pairing everywhere. Now with less minutes, mind you, I said this about Keith, but with less minutes, he might look better than he has. But then again, he's way better than Keith. Like, it's not even close. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'm excited to see how he plays. I'll tune into the Leafs games where, like, the next couple. Is he, like, supposed
Maybe
to
he'll play with,
for sure?
He might play with Brody again.
Yeah, probably Brody. That would make the most sense to me. But anyways,
but then who would be the first? Who would be on the first line?
Riley and Lyubushkin. Probably.
Yeah.
And then And then I don't know what your third
Hall
pairing is
and
going to be. Hall
Hall and
Is
Lilligren?
Muzzin still out?
No, Muzzin. If
Muzzin back?
So no, but right now I guess Riley, Labushkin, Giordano, Brody, and then Hall and Lilligren. Jesus
That's a
Christ.
bad third pairing. Holy moly. That's not a great
And then Muzzin and Sandin are out.
Yeah, Sandin should replace Hall when he comes
Or
back.
and then Muzzin and Sandin. That's not terrible, but
Yeah.
I kind of want to get rid of Muzzin. That's like he's.
Yeah, that would have been good today.
But
All right,
whatever.
next
All right.
we got a bunch of smaller trades up next. So the Lightning acquired Nick Paul from the Sens for Matthew Joseph and a 2024 fourth. I have the Sens winning that trade. Nick Paul's okay. I actually like Matthew Joseph, and then you just throw in a draft pick. So, yeah, I don't know. But Nick Paul just might be one of those guys who he just helps, make their bottom six better than it already was. But I don't think he's better than Matthew Joseph. So maybe they got a little bit worse with that one. I don't really know. But Nick Paul's not bad. Like, if Nick Paul got traded to the Oilers like he was rumored to, I actually would have been pretty happy with that. I think he's okay, like, defensively. Offensively, he's not great, but past that, the Coyotes acquired the rights to Jack McBain for a third-round pick. I'll give the Wild the win in this trade for sure. The Predators acquired Jeremy Lauzon from the Kraken for a 2022 second. I think the Preds won this trade, actually. I don't think Jeremy Lauzon is a great defenseman, but he's physical. And you need physicality
Yeah,
in the playoffs,
Jesus.
so.
Nashville's already physical enough. Like,
Yeah,
they have that
true.
Jeannot line. Everyone's, like, 6'2".
Bro,
like,
Jeannot's
they all
fourth
hit.
in hits in the NHL as a rookie. That's
Yeah,
fucking
he's
crazy.
huge.
And he has
Yeah.
20 goals this year. That's insane, man. Fuck, the Leafs
he's
need
good.
to draft a guy like that, bro.
Yeah, Jesus, Murphy. He wasn't even drafted, Jeannot.
Yeah, I know. Didn't they just have him sign a contract?
They just had him, yeah.
Fuck. And then the Stars acquire Scott Wedgwood from the Coyotes for a fourth-round pick. I don't really know what the fucking point of this was. I don't even know who wins this. Like, is
I
Wedgwood
didn't know
supposed
Dallas-
to play?
He'll probably be the backup for Ottinger.
Because Holtby's hurt, right?
Yeah, and Kudobin. They have how many goalies? But they're old.
Yeah.
He's pretty old too, isn't he?
I'm going to give this one to the Coyotes, honestly. Wedgwood's not good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they also
It's
picked up
close.
Harry Sateri, the Finnish.
Yeah, the guy from the league.
So they have Vemelka, and Sateri now, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Which Vejmelka's good.
Yeah.
Very good. All right.
Anyways,
then
I just didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah. Mason Appleton returns to the Winnipeg Jets from Seattle for a fourth. I'm going to give the Jets the win on this one. I actually like Appleton. I think he was always pretty good in Winnipeg, so hopefully he can find his stride again there and hopefully not help them out. But
Kraken with another draft pick.
yeah, it's I don't even want. We can go back and count later how many fucking draft picks they've already got in this
I think
trade deadline.
It's fucking 30.
Yeah. All right, you want to do the next couple?
Yeah. So Nathan Beaulieu to the Penguins from the Jets for a seventh.
Pretty even trade. But it was not that good.
Yeah,
Like,
he hasn't.
second round pick,
I think he's only
not
played
good.
20. I think he's only played 20 games. So wait, didn't Oh, never mind. Because yesterday I went and play soccer with a couple. I went to play with Kez and Rego, and Kez said that the Penguins got Besser from Marino. And I'm like, bro, what the hell? It's nowhere to be found on like any social media, but I think that was just like a rumor. So I was thinking like the Penguins lost Marino and they got Beaulieu, but Marino was never traded. So I don't know what the hell that was. I'm surprised JT Miller. He was also a big name, right?
Oh yeah,
for the
he didn't
trade?
get traded. I completely forgot about that.
Maybe he did. And
Yeah,
like
I just looked at Instagram now. Nothing. All I did see was that Callie Klang is the prospect Pittsburgh traded, which is one of their goalie prospects. And Claude Giroux stated that if he gets a chance to play on Barkov's line, it's going to be like the first day of school. He's going to giggle a little bit. He said he loves
Oh,
Barkov's
God.
play. Fuck, that's unfair.
Yeah.
Guys, we got Barkov and Giroux playing together. Who should we put on their wing? Sam Reinhart? Oh, no, let's go with maybe Jonathan Huberdeau. Oh, we could put Anthony Duclair there, too.
Or
it's unfair,
Verhaeghe.
bro. Even he's good. It's not fucking.
I think he's their first line. Huberto's on their second line.
I know. That I knew.
Jesus. And they have Duclair, and they have fucking Lundell. Like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, anyways.
All right. The next... Wow, what is this? Brian Little's rights... Wait,
I thought it was the rights of Brian Little.
No, it was Brian Little's contract and rights to Nathan Smith. And
to the
who
Coyotes.
was Nathan Smith?
From the Jets for a
another.
The Jets win that trade, dumping Brian Little's salary because he doesn't play.
Like Arizona just takes these guys' contracts.
Yeah, I know because they have no money to. They have literally no cap at all, besides a couple guys like Keller and stuff.
Yeah,
and then
the Caps get Marcus Johansson back. Kraken get Daniel Sprong, 4th and a 6th.
So there's 2 more draft picks for Seattle, and Sprong's actually not a bad hockey player.
Yeah,
I think Johansson's better, but it's gonna be interesting to see Johansson back with with Washington.
Another reunion. Jesus, Appleton's going back. Johansson's going back.
And then we have another one of the big trades. Marc-Andre Fleury has officially joined the Minnesota Wild for a 2022
that just looks weird.
Conditional second-round pick. So in terms of the conditions, if the Wild make it to the first round or the conference finals in the West, it becomes a first, I think.
And I think if Fleury gets 4 wins too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Marc-Andre Fleury is 1 team away from becoming a certified suitcase because that's his 4th team. 5 teams and you're a suitcase. That's the rule. So,
do you think he'll start over Talbot?
Yeah.
How do you think Talbot feels about this?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe they run like a 1A 1B type thing, like the Islanders usually use.
This is actually a pretty good goalie tandem.
Yeah. And I'm pissed off because a specific player that we're gonna mention literally in the next trade.
Literally 5 seconds.
Yeah. So
I mean, Fleury
to summarize, I think Summarize. I think the Wild win that trade.
Fleury's gonna look so weird. What the hell? Why the hell? Minnesota again. They're still kind of they're not irrelevant anymore, but they're still not.
Yeah, they're still and it's fun, and it's funny that they're so irrelevant, or they were, because Minnesota is a big hockey state. Like high school hockey there sells out arenas, bro.
It's like football in Texas.
Yeah, honestly, I'm
high
surprised
school
it's such
football
a
in
small market
Texas.
team. Yeah, but yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how Fleury plays behind a much better team. Chicago is not good, and I feel like that really screwed him. But yeah, moving on, we have the guy in question. So the second goalie for the Wild, Capo Kakinen, is going to the San Jose Sharks with alongside a 5th round pick. In return is Jacob Middleton to the Wild. So
another tough guy the Wild get.
Yeah, that's another one
from Delorier.
I like Kakinen. I would have loved the Oilers to get Kakinen. The Leafs would have been good to get Kakinen too. He's a good goalie. I don't really know why the Sharks needed him. The Sharks aren't making a fucking playoff push or anything. They should have just kept sucking. But I mean, I'm just pissed off that the Oilers didn't get him. I'm salty.
The Sharks are terrible.
Yeah, they are terrible, man. They are.
They're actually irrelevant now. I don't know why. Ever since they got Erik Karlsson a few years ago.
But he hasn't been that great since he went there.
They've just been I don't know. They've just been irrelevant. Yeah.
Next up is a big trade, a trade that I actually like. So the Edmonton Oilers acquired defenseman Brett Kulak from the Canadiens for defenseman William Lagesson and a 2023 second-round pick. So, at first this seems like an overpay, but let me break it down. William Lagesson, although he was better than Russell and he's better than Keith, and I like William Lagesson, he never played unless guys were hurt. Brett Kulak is going to replace Chris Russell on the 3rd pairing. He is going to play every game. We are getting a defenseman who is an improvement on our 3rd pairing.
And he's a big, solid guy.
As opposed to a fringe NHL player like Lagesson who only plays when guys are hurt.
How old is he? Is he young, too?
He's young, Lagesson, yeah. Like if he plays games all the time in Montreal, it might look bad on the Oilers because he's actually a good defenseman. Like people might think if Montreal gets let's say Montreal is good in 2 to 3 years, like all these draft picks they're getting end up being good and all these prospects. People might look back and be like, yeah, this Legason kid's pretty good. The Oilers shouldn't have got rid of him. But as of right now, I definitely think this is an improvement for us. The second round pick, the Oilers don't fucking need picks anymore, man. Like, we got to win a Stanley Cup, bro. Fuck the
Oilers
picks.
are in a, like, they're not, at the start of the year, they were fucking, like, unreal. Like, they're actually like a team competing for, yeah, they're a team, like, compete, like, the Leafs. I mean, the Leafs are better, but, like, these guys are a team, a playoff team. They're trying to compete for a cup, so they don't need Lagesson. They don't need a second round pick.
Yeah,
like
the Leafs are better than Edmonton, but they're in a harder conference, so it evens out. Like the Oilers have a similar chance. The Oilers might have a higher chance to advance than the Leafs, just because we play the Kings as opposed to like playing Florida. Like obviously the Oilers wouldn't stand a chance.
Or you guys might play Vegas. Like who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Or you guys might play Colorado. Like, Jesus. Like, who knows?
Don't say that. Knock on wood, man. If we play Colorado, it is over. I won't even watch the games if we play Colorado. But yeah, I don't know. I like this trade. I like Brett Kulak. I'm excited to see him play. Hopefully he won't play today. Hopefully he can maybe be in Dallas by tomorrow. But we'll see. I'm excited to watch him play. He's a good puck-moving defenseman. He joins the rush and the play like a fourth forward type thing, which is exactly what the Oilers need because Darnell Nurse actually doesn't do this a lot. But I would like to see him do it more, but it'll be nice to see Kulak do that. So
what would your defenseman pairings be?
Bouchard, Nurse, Keith, CC, Barry, Kulak. So still not great, but Kulak is a much bigger. It's better than Russell and Barry. Oh man, that was a terrible defensive pairing. And Broberg's hurt for 2 to 3 weeks. He fell awkwardly in an AHL game and hurt his leg or something. So he won't be coming up if any injuries happen, which scares me a lot.
So who do you guys have? Niemelainen?
Yeah, it'll probably be Niemelainen replacing a guy if someone gets hurt. Just pray silently that Keith gets injured.
All right.
Moving on, you want to do this one? Or
the Leafs. Yeah, the Leafs get rid of Alex Biega to the Preds for future considerations.
I didn't even remember Biega was even a part of the organization for the Leafs, to be honest.
He was. He played maybe 1 or 2 games earlier in the year. Then Justin Braun to the Rangers from the Flyers for a 3rd rounder, which that's pretty good for the Rangers, I think. I don't know.
It's funny enough. We were just talking about this. The Oilers actually also gave Montreal a 7th round pick as well. I don't know what year, but we gave them a 7th round pick for Kulak too.
And wait, so a 7th and a 2nd and Lagesson.
I still don't think that's a lost trade. Like what the fuck are they gonna do?
A 7th? Wow.
Drafted nobody. It's essentially still the same trade. But anyways, continue.
Justin Braun going to the Rangers. That's pretty good for them. I think they needed to boost their D. So, Justin Braun's an older guy.
He's one of those guys that isn't terrible, but he's not amazing. But I think this will help the Rangers out. Yeah. I don't know who wins this trade. I think the Rangers win because they're.
I don't care. Yeah, probably the Rangers. I don't care, but.
I just saw a poll.
I'll care when the Leafs play the Rangers if they do.
If they do, yeah. I just saw a poll on Instagram. They still could. Who wins the Pittsburgh or the Pittsburgh Anaheim trade for Raquel, which we'll get to, and people actually think Pittsburgh won that trade. Bro,
Jesus.
What?
They give up so much.
We'll get to it in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Predators get Braden Burke. Is that Brian Burke's son?
Could be.
For Frederick Allard, who the hell?
Not even gonna talk about this trade. I don't know who the fuck these two guys are, so we'll just.
And so speaking of Senshin, the guy we talked about before, he got traded to the Sens and a 5th round pick from Boston for Josh Brown and a 7th.
I don't know what the condition is. It's what Senshin plays.
It's a conditional
5 games.
Yeah, 5 games. Yeah, this is the condition. Yeah, he plays 5 games, and then it becomes a 6th. Jesus.
I don't really know who. I don't really know who wins.
Josh
trade.
Brown. He's not even that good. This trade though, this next one.
Yeah, we'll leave that one at a tie. Yeah, next one.
Nick Leddy and Luke Witkowski to the Blues for Oscar Sundqvist, Jake Wallman, and a second round pick.
Oh, fuck, St. Louis. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So I was talking to my dad about this trade. He actually watches St. Louis games a lot because he has like Robert Thomas in his fantasy, in like his keeper league. We all know I like Sundqvist. I know Sundqvist is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Jake Wallman though, he said he really likes Jake Wallman. Like he thinks
Isn't he
really
young?
good. Yeah, he is. So Nick Leddy's old as fuck. I know who Luke Witkowski is, but I don't even know if he's good.
I want to search him up because I remember is this the same guy? Hold on. Oh my god, this fucking guy. Yeah, this guy. Jesus, he's just a big, like, tough guy. I'm pretty sure.
So I will unquestionably give the Red Wings the W in this trade. Just another fleece by Steve Yzerman. It's unfair.
I remember Luke Witkowski got in a fight with, like, I'm trying to think. It might have been Monahan or something a few years ago, and like they fell into the bench. Like it was just a crazy like brawl, and like Jimmy Howard was getting into it. Jimmy Howard, like Jesus. But yeah, Luke Bukowski, like he does nothing on the ice. Nick Leddy doesn't do anything either.
Nick Leddy's not like terrible, but I don't really know why St. Louis went out and got Nick Leddy. Like, did they really need a guy on their third pair like him? I don't think so. I'm not sure why.
And Wallman and Sundqvist and a second round pick.
Yeah, like it's such a steal by the Red Wings.
What is Steve Yzerman like? What is Steve Yzerman like? This guy's unreal.
Steve Yzerman must be like, okay, yeah, so you'll give us Sundqvist and Wallman for these two guys, and then as he's about to hang up the phone, be like, okay, we'll take your second round pick too, and then hang up. And then that's just the trade that goes through. He doesn't like. There's no way the other GM actually processes what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah,
like man,
no way.
But moving on from there,
we'll take a first round pick also.
Yeah. So the Red Wings definitely won that trade. Moving on, the Avalanche acquire forward Arturi Lehkonen from the Habs for defenseman prospect Justin Barron and a second round pick in 2024. Actually, pretty even trade. Justin Barron is pretty good.
He's a pretty good prospect.
And with Drew Helleson leaving the organization, I think Justin Barron probably moved up as the second best prospect that Colorado had.
But they got rid of him.
Look at his stat. Oh, he was drafted 24th overall in 2020. So Justin Barron is supposed to be like really good apparently. If he's drafted the first.
He was on Team
round.
Canada. I remember him.
Yeah. So let's look at his stats. So
it was him and Helleson, and now they're both gone.
So on the Colorado Eagles this year, he has 20 points in 43 games in the AHL, which is good.
And he's like a rookie.
He's played 2 games with the Avalanche this year. No points, but that's fine. He had 2 points in 7 games at the World Juniors in 2020, 2021. And then with the Halifax Mooseheads in the QMJHL, he had 31 points in 33 games in his most recent season there, as he was also the captain. So he's good. Montreal definitely got a good prospect there.
Lehkonen,
the second rounder is good. Lehkonen's good.
The Habs don't.
He's a good
The Habs don't really need him. I think.
Yeah,
for Colorado he's good, but the Habs.
I'd say this. I think this is a fair trade. But if you had to put a gun to my head and make me pick, I'd probably say Montreal won. Honestly,
I would probably say Montreal also.
Montreal had a really good deadline. Like they did. That was a good trade with Edmonton. Good trade.
Who else? Oh yeah.
So I think they've been, and then isn't there one other trade they had later? Maybe
I forget. Not. Yeah, I forget. I'm looking. I don't see anything. I don't see it. Yeah. I don't see anything. No.
So then the Capitals acquired Johan Larsson from the Coyotes for a third round pick. It's actually a good trade for Washington. Larson's pretty good for like your third line.
Yeah.
Coyotes get another draft pick.
Jeez, like Arizona just.
I'd say it's an even trade probably. I'd say it's even. Then the Avalanche also acquired Andrew Cogliano from the Sharks for a 5th rounder in 2024.
I'm surprised they got a 5th. This guy has like 15 points. Like this guy has not been. Like,
I don't know. He's just a guy that's down there to play like decent defense. I think. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a pretty okay defensive forward, but obviously not.
I think he's a penalty killer.
That too. I don't know. Colorado just picking random fucking guys to come get.
Again, veterans.
Yeah. The Jets acquired Zach Sanford from the Sens for a 5th rounder. Zach Sanford sucks. But I don't really know. I mean, a 5th round pick isn't really great. I'd say it's probably even. I can't really pick a winner. Maybe the Jets win that trade with the toughness that Sanford brings, but he's not
It
good.
doesn't even say the year. It just says 5th round
Yeah,
pick.
it just has a 5th round pick. Maybe it's conditional or something.
All right, the Devils
all right.
get Andrew Hammond from the Habs for Nate Schnarr.
I'd say the Devils won this trade just because I don't know who Nate Schnarr is. But apparently Hammond is actually hurt right now. But he must be
And, like, the
close
Devils
to
need
returning if
goalies.
they traded for him. Yeah.
The Devils need, but
Andrew Hammond isn't
like,
much of a
bruh.
goalie anymore.
no, yeah.
And then next up we have... I'll let you do the one after
I'll say-
this, so I'll just do this one.
Okay.
So the Sharks acquire Andrew Bitetto from the Rangers for Nick Merkley. I think the Rangers won this trade. Nick Merkley, he got drafted pretty high in 2015, I think. He was another one of those... I think he was a first-round pick in 2015, and he was another one of those guys that got drafted and just wasn't great. He never really panned out to anything, so I don't know. I mean, the Rangers aren't exactly a great team for development, so I guess it's hard to say that he might improve in that organization, but... whatever. I'd say the Rangers win the trade, but not by much. And then you can do the next one here.
All right, so the Rangers get Andrew Kopp and a 6th round pick for Morgan Barron. Who's that?
Maybe Justin Barron's brother.
Maybe that's who I thought. I was like, wait, hold on, he wasn't on the Jets.
I'll look it up while
Anyways,
you rhyme it off.
they got Morgan Barron, a conditional second again, and a 5th. So that's a lot of like the Jets. Who'd they get rid of? They got rid of Beaulieu. They got Appleton. They got rid of Kopp. Like, I don't know if the Jets are even.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good.
I don't really know why the Jets were selling so much at the deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must be brothers. They were both born in the Halifax Regional Municipality. They've got to be brothers.
Yeah, probs.
Like, there's no fucking way two guys are born with the same last name from that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to be brothers.
But yeah, so Andrew Kopp, I think the Rangers probably won just
Yeah, I think so as well.
because
It's a good way to bolster your bottom 6, maybe even your top 6. There's a chance maybe he's a second liner there, and it just helps you guys it helps them for the playoffs.
and he can
and then
play
following
wing
up
and
with that,
center.
Yeah, the Rangers again acquire Tyler Mott from the Canucks for a 4th. The Rangers won this trade for sure. Tyler Mott is a good bottom 6 guy, who again is just one of those guys that he scores a goal when you need one. Like, when he needs to score, he'll score. If there's a chance for him, he'll put it in the back of the net, and those are the types of guys you need when you're trying to win the Stanley Cup. So, good trade. And then the Oilers again acquired Derek Brassard for a 4th round pick. I like this trade. Brassard's not great. Like, obviously he's not amazing, but he's a good 4th liner for a 4th round pick. The reason why this trade is so good is because A, he's okay, and B, this means that either Kyle Turris or Devin Shore probably aren't going to play many games anymore, and the less they play, the better. So I'm happy with that. And then next up on the agenda, you want to cover this one? Just remember to include the prospects that the Ducks also got too, because they got
The Penguins get Ricard. Wait, so who? It doesn't say the prospects.
Yeah, I know. I know. If you don't remember the name, I'll say it.
Yeah, so the Penguins get Ricard Raquel from the Ducks for Zach Aston Reese, Dominic Simone, a 2nd round pick,
and then
whoever else.
Callie Klang, a goaltender
The
prospect.
the goalie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you
I don't
think
know
won?
if I think
Anaheim?
I don't really think the Penguins won this trade, man. Like, Aston Reese is a good 3rd line center. Simone isn't bad either. A 2nd round pick is a 2nd round pick, and then I don't really know if Klang will never play a game with Anaheim probably, ever, because if they do trade Gibson, Stolarz is their backup and he's good, and then they have Lucas Dostal in the AHL who's also good. So that can be their goalie tandem if Gibson leaves in the summer. But Raquel can still score goals if people put the puck on his stick, and I mean, if he plays with Crosby, he's playing with one of the best playmakers in the world, so who knows? Again, that's just the Penguins trying to go for another cup run because, fuck, we all know they don't have a future. So,
Yeah.
and then the Flames acquired Ryan Carpenter from the Blackhawks for a 2024 fifth. I guess the Flames win this trade. Carpenter's not a bad player. It's a good, like, bottom six guy, maybe fourth liner, just to try and help out your team, like, make it easier in the playoffs. And then the Hurricanes acquired Max Domi from the Blue Jackets. It does say that we don't know what the return was, but I think it was, like, some absolute no-namer. Like, they literally didn't pay anything for this.
Carolina, like, they got another, like, Domi. Do you think Domi's, like, still good?
Domi is a guy that can produce. He goes hot and then he gets cold, man. Like, he's okay. He's okay. I don't love Max Domi, but like if he's playing third line center in Carolina, then he'll probably look pretty good. And they didn't really give anything back the other way, so I think this is a good trade for Carolina for sure.
Yeah.
And then if you want to round out the last two trades before we sign off.
We got a few. Wait, how many did you say? A few. How? Because I have. So right now, Nemestikov goes to Dallas for the Red Wings, or to the from the Red Wings for a 4th round pick.
I'd say the Stars won.
Whatever.
Nemestikov's not bad.
Yeah,
he's okay.
I think so. I agree. The Senators get goalie Michael McNiven for future considerations, whatever, like this
from
trade.
Calgary. He'll probably never play in the
Calgary.
NHL either, because they have
Riley Nash going.
Yeah,
Riley
I don't
Nash
have that one here.
Another
but
contender.
I did see that.
Another contender to Tampa from Arizona.
Wasn't
for
Riley
future
Nash
considerations.
already on them?
He was
Wasn't
on
Riley Nash already
Columbus. I think he might
was
have
on the
been
Leafs.
before.
He was on the Leafs.
He was on the Leafs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I also have the Ducks. Dadanov. To the he goes to the Ducks, so the Ducks got another player, but I don't know like how long.
We don't know what
last.
the return is. I don't think this has been like. I don't think we still. I don't know if we like know the confirmation yet. Still, so we're still waiting to figure out what Anaheim gave up for Dadanov. But Dadanov he was really good in Florida, and ever since then he just hasn't really been as good as he used to. But we have to obviously see the return before we can decide a winner. And then just to finish it off, Nelson Nogier goes to the Kings for from the Jets for Marcus Phillips. Just a small trade. I don't know who either of those guys are, so we'll call it even. And I think that's it. I don't think anything else has happened. But Max Domi's I guess the Max Domi return got put here. I didn't realize. Aiden Harashuk and Igor Korshkov. So yeah, the Hurricanes definitely won that game. And then it says
I think the
Blue
Leafs had
Jackets
Korshkov.
Yeah, they did. I think and then the Blue Jackets traded nothing to the the Blue Jackets traded a 6th round pick to the Panthers for nothing apparently. According to that little part of the chart
that
there.
website.
I don't really know. I haven't seen that trade at all. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, the Habs retained 50% of Kulak's salary.
So that's
a plus for
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
The deadline's over, so like is it so they pay him how much how many more years does he have left?
Kulak, let's look it up. I don't know.
Because like I guess that means they have to pay 50% for however long.
Yeah. He's only making. Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, it says for nothing. A 6th round pick for nothing. What the fuck is that?
Kulak was born in Edmonton.
Really?
Yeah. Homeboy.
Like Giordano, baby.
So Kulak currently. What the fuck, bro? What is happening, man? His cap hit this year was $1,850,000.
And they took half?
Yeah. Because I think the Oilers were over the cap. And so that's why people thought there was still going to be one more Oilers trade today, because we needed to move a guy to get rid of the cap. But if Montreal's retaining salary, I think that puts us below the cap, so it all makes sense. But like we said earlier, there's still 33 trades, or there was. I guess some of those have gone through by now, but there was still quite a high amount of trades that haven't gone through the queue and the registration for the NHL. So there's a chance that we'll keep seeing trades being announced as the night goes on, even though the trade deadline's already been over for 3 hours. So we'll see what happens, but I think that's a good way to wrap up. This is already an hour and 20 minutes, so we've been here for a while. But
I mean, it makes up for the two missed weeks.
2 missed weeks, yes, for sure. We are uploading on TikTok a lot right now, and we're going to try to keep that going. So if you guys don't already,
especially playoff time soon, so we'll be talking a lot. And I'm so excited. I hope the Oilers at least make it, just so you're excited for a team.
I mean, I guess I'll pick. I don't know. I can't cheer for the Leafs if the Oilers don't make it, because my dad will fucking kill me. But it'd be so sick to go. I would never wear a Leafs jersey though if I ever went over to the boys' house. I'd never in a million years.
I think you would just like the Leafs winning just to see us fucking go crazy.
Yeah, it'd be so sick to see the boys' reaction. It'd be my way of feeling the Oilers win. It'd be I don't know. It'd be my way of feeling that joy to see the boys would go fucking nuts if the Leafs win this. I would never go to the parade though. You'd never drag me there ever. I could never do it.
I feel like there's no way I would. I went to the Raptors one.
You wouldn't go to the Leafs parade?
It's just gonna be. I would. No, I would.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say there's no way you're not going to the Leafs parade.
No,
man.
it's gonna be unreal. It's gonna be more.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, it would definitely be crazy.
It was
the Raptors.
It was so bad for the Raptors. I could only imagine the.
Bro,
Leafs.
Are the Raptors good or no?
They're in a playoff spot. They're better than everyone thought.
Well, the Jays though. The Jays might win the World fucking Series.
Yeah, holy shit. Imagine the Raptors, Leafs, and Jays win this year.
Toronto would blow up. We'd be a post-apocalyptic city if fucking all of those teams won their championships. But I don't know who I would cheer for. I don't know who I'd cheer for if the.
I think the Leafs alone, even the Jays. The Jays, Toronto would go insane.
The Jays have a decent fan base. It's just baseball's too boring to go watch the game when the Jays aren't winning.
And only playoffs really is.
Yeah.
Is the main.
But
anyways, what were you saying?
But yeah, I don't know who I would cheer for if the Oilers don't make it. I want to cheer. I don't want to cheer for the Panthers because that's so gay. You don't cheer for the team that's gonna win, man, or the favorite. But I want to see Giroux win. I don't really care about the rest of them. I don't know. Maybe I won't cheer for a team at all. Maybe I'll just watch it and with no stress, just enjoy. I'll want Florida to win for Giroux, but I won't cheer for Florida.
Yeah,
I'll
just watch the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. I definitely won't cheer for fucking Calgary. I'll cheer against Calgary. Whatever team's playing Calgary, I want them to win. I don't care who it is. It could be the fucking Nashville Predators, my sister's team. I would still cheer for them just to see Calgary lose.
Oh God, that's horrible. Does she still like them?
Yeah, but she doesn't pay any goddamn attention.
Does she still like them?
Yeah, that's still her team. But yeah.
That's horrible.
So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, if you're from TikTok, you'll subscribe and stick around. I
think this is a pretty eventful episode.
Yeah, I think it was good.
It might have been boring
this will also
for
be
the trades.
This will be one of the first videos. This will be the first video that comes out the same day we recorded. I told Russo to put it out once he gets off work at 8:30 or something. So it'll be out later tonight.
At 10?
Probably sometime around there.
Because this podcast is pretty long.
Long, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, thank you guys all for listening and tuning in, and we will we'll see you guys not next week, but the week after. We're bi-weekly now, so.
Or if something big happens, we'll see you next week.
If something big happens in between the weeks, we'll make an episode, but it probably won't. But you never know.
So 2 weeks or less.
If something big happens, but only one big thing happens, we'll just make a TikTok about it. We're not going to sit down and do a podcast because one thing happened. So we'll monitor the situation, but as of right now, it'll be not next week, but the week after. So almost playoff time by that time.
So hype.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys, and we will see you guys soon. Peace out.